Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the NXT review for August 19th, 2020. Excuse me there. And Overall, it wasn't a bad show. Nice go home show um, to the Takeover 30 show. I can't believe they've done 30 takeovers already. Um, some good stuff here. Majorly good stuff. There are some things that are missing. An unimposed show getting to this late, and it's reported that NXT did about 853,000 viewers, which basically to me means that the AEW folks did not tune in, which, well, maybe they did. Maybe about 100,000 did. So suffice to say, I was expecting the number to be higher unopposed, and it wasn't, which is unfortunate. Like I said, this is primarily a good show. We open with Johnny Gargano against Ridge Holland. Of course, Gargano with Candice LeRae, and this qualifies Johnny for the ladder match at TakeOver. Gargano pinned Holland. LeRae gives him a little bit of help in doing so. Really good match. The scary spot that almost everyone on the internet's already heard about, where Gargano gets dumped on his head, and I, for a moment, thought he broke his neck. I don't know that I would have left it in. I think a couple of reasons. Number one, if you have fans at home that are a little bit smart to the business, they are going to look at this and go, he's unsafe. And they may not support him in the same way that they would had that spot not been there. He had a really good showing for himself outside of that spot, and it would be unfortunate if people judged him based on that spot alone, and I could see where people would do that. Gargano qualified for the ladder match at TakeOver, which I think is good. I think him winning the ladder match for the North American Championship is unlikely, but it's interesting. And Holland definitely has something. He's got almost a Fit Finlay, Dave Taylor, bruiser sort of feel to him, and I think that goes along well with Timothy Thatcher. That goes along well with Oney Lorcan. That goes along well with even to a lesser extent Matt Riddle. So they are cultivating a style of both men and women, if you factor in Shayna Baszler and Asuka, who are more strike-based and more athletically based. And with the rumor that Shane McMahon is going to take more of a creative role on Raw in the coming weeks and months, maybe we're going to see a more hybrid style on Raw going into 2021 and beyond. One can hope, anyway. So Gargano tries to target an arm, but a lot of power moves from the stockier Holland. Gargano targets a leg, and Holland takes him off his feet several times. Gargano goes flying through the ropes with a tope. We go to picture-in-picture. Gargano, they come back, and this is where the power slam where Gargano gets dumped on his head happens. I mean, I went back and watched that a few times. I've had friends at the independent level who've almost broken their necks, and it was uncomfortable to watch. It was car crash uncomfortable, and I completely respect Gargano for putting together what ended up being an edited match into another match to finish this. I don't know that it was smart for the longevity of his career, but respect to him nonetheless for gutting it out and doing it. Gargano then turns it into a super kick spot when they edited the match back together. Holland walked right into the super kick. Holland is back on the attack, but not for a very long time. And we see a giant swing. I wonder if that's gimmick infringement against Cesaro. Holland with another power slam for a pinfall. I don't know that I would have taken another one. Holland clubbing Gargano. Gargano manages to fight back. And then Gargano kept the referee busy, and LeRae hooked Holland's leg on the apron. This allows a low blow using the ropes. Gargano hits a slingshot DDT, and this is called the one final beat, and manages to win the match. Dakota Kai against Jesse Kamara. I don't like this with Kai going into the title match with Io Shirai in a couple of days. Kai is aggressive here, but gave Jesse too much. And there's an O'Connor roll for near fall. Kamara hits a power bomb, and then gets another near fall. And Kai cuts her off, hits almost a modified go to sleep, catches the pinfall. For my sake, Kai should have literally gone in there and completely squashed whomever she was with. Kai cuts a promo post-match, threatens the NXT Women's title, and Io Shirai comes out. They brawl around, and then Raquel Gonzalez comes out. She lays out Shirai with a high kick, which was very well done. Gonzalez carries Shirai to the back and back into the ring, fires her up, and then Gonzalez interferes again. Tegan Nox addressed what Candice LeRae had to say last week about her, and LeRae buried their friendship. I'm not really a fan of this. This seems like it just seems like it's there to fill time or whatever. Finn Balor cuts a promo on Velveteen Dream. As mentioned, it'll be very hard for me to be impartial with the Velveteen Dream stuff. I don't care what's been said about him being innocent in the sense of I heard the audio related to the underage girl. It makes me uncomfortable. Maybe there's nothing to it, but I can't unremember this. And as a victim of child pedophiles myself, I will never see him in the same light. I will try and do my best to be impartial, but it's going to be difficult. Anyway, El Ligero, Phantasma, and Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza versus Breezango, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, and Isaiah Swerve Scott. Escobar pins Breeze to win the match for his trio team. I'm not a fan of trios matches, but this was fine. They go into a melee early, and the heels take over on Fandango. Fandango cuts off Wild. Fight goes to the floor. Everybody gets involved. They go to commercial. Fandango goes nuts post-break. Crashes outside the ring. Heel trio gets heat on Fandango. So Fandango's taking the beat down for the most of the match. I don't quite know why, if he was supposedly injured last week. Swerve Scott comes in after the hot tag, and he cleans house for quite a bit. Tries to leap off the top rope and gets caught with a knee strike midair. Breeze in the corner trying to tag. Wild hits a missile drop kick, and Swerve crashes into Breeze. Breeze goes flying off the apron. Referee doesn't seem to care, or I guess this is considered a tag by the referee. Swerve planted Escobar with a Michinoku driver. Ref wouldn't count it because the tag has already been made, I guess. Stereo drop kick, take out Swerve. Breeze comes back in the ring, goes nuts on the heels, and hits a series of punches a la Dusty Rhodes style stuff, bumping feet kind of stuff. Escobar cuts him off and hits the Phantom Driver, gets the win. Then we move to Pat McCaffrey. I'm not a fan of this. I don't think he should be in there with Adam Cole. If you want to put him in there with either a mid-card guy that you can rebuild or somebody to throw away. He should not be in there with a guy who's held had held the championship for 400 days. That's ridiculous and makes the whole brand look stupid. Anyway, Cole and Undisputed Era, they call him out, and he comes out with a squad of football players. Cole and McCaffrey square off with each other. He cuts a promo on Cole. I mean, for the sake of a guy who hasn't done wrestling promos all that much before, except in training school, he did well. He vows to defeat Cole and embarrass him, and how embarrassing it would be to get defeated by a guy who wasn't even a wrestler. He says he's going to beat him. He says he's next level compared to Cole, which, if that's true, then why did we build around Cole for a year plus? Anyway, Cole lets him talk, and security pours in. Cole, manages to get rid of the security guards. Cole calmly gets in the face of McCaffrey, swears at him, and then they exit. I mean, it was fine, but this... I care about Karrion Kross and Keith Lee. I care about Io Shirai and Dakota Kai. I care about the ladder match. I don't care about this because he's just a B-ish level celebrity who, if he loses, it was a waste of time. If he wins, he defeats a former champion who the brand was built around. There's no way that this looks good for NXT or for wrestling in general. Anyway, we go to a throwaway tag match. Mercedes Martinez and Aaliyah with Robert Stone defeats Rhea Ripley and Shotzi Blackheart. I say throwaway because A, it was quick. B, it was not anything worth writing home about. Blackheart pins Aaliyah. She wins the match for her team. Ripley manages to handle Martinez pretty well. They do a powerbomb on the floor. That was obviously done into a crash pad. Ripley looks strong, but to me, you've taken the time to build up Martinez and you made her look easy for Ripley to handle before they've had a series of single matches. I'm not a fan of that. Blackheart gets the shine until the commercial, and the show returns with the heels in control. They get heat on Blackheart for a while. Lots of consistent tags. Blackheart's in trouble for a good bit. Blackheart planted Martinez with a DDT and hot tag to Ripley. Ripley goes nuts on Mercedes Martinez. And Martinez has 20... Here's my thing. Martinez has 20 years of experience. Having her have longer matches with Rhea Ripley benefits Ripley in the long run. She can be taught how to call it in the ring, how to work, how to do things that she's capable of doing, but still could use refresher courses in, especially when you've cooled her down. Blackheart climbs the buckle. Martinez trips her up. Robert Strong gets involved, distracts the ref. And then Ripley posts herself, which wasn't good. Martinez goes to capitalize, and Ripley powerbomb Martinez over the barricade and out of sight on the floor. Blackheart leaps off the top rope, delivers a senton to Aaliyah. Blackheart covers Aaliyah for the pinfall. We have a video telling the story of Keith Lee and Karrion Kross, which was well done. Announcers run down the top matches for the TakeOver event. Perhaps I will do at some point a TakeOver playlist of all of them, because I actually like to go back and look at them, but that's in the million things I've got to do list anyway. Velveteen Dream defeats Finn Balor to qualify for the ladder match. Balor would have been better here. Balor would have been better anywhere. Anyway, so Balor out-wrestles Dream in the opening moments of the match, and we go to the commercial. Dream is now officially a heel, which everybody knows. Dream hits a bunch of punches, but then Balor regains as we come back from the break. Dream hits a Thesz press that was kind of interesting. Then we see Balor fire up. He hits a comeback. Balor bumps all over the place for the guy. I mean, Balor made Dream look good. Had he not been in there with somebody this good, I don't know that the match would have been as engracing as it was. Balor grounds him, applies a submission and a bow and arrow. Dream gets to the ropes. Balor works the leg for quite a while more. Dream fights back, connecting with a leg lariat. Dream tries to do the stupid 10 punches in the corner deal. Nobody believes that anymore, not in the age of MMA, so I don't know why he did it. So Dream comes back with a springboard into a flying axe handle. Dream falls outside the ring, and he's mesmerized by the title belt hanging on the ceiling. Cameron Grimes comes out to ringside. He's running his mouth. They go to another commercial. Cameron Grimes says the title is his. That would be fun TV, actually, if he were to win the championship. I'm not banking on it. I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd still be fun TV. Anyway, Grimes talks trash. The match continues. Balor hits another comeback. He hits a strong drop kick. Has Dream tied to the Tree of Woe. They do the flip bump to the floor, a la Harley Race, Ric Flair type stuff. Grimes is still on the ladder. Balor climbs up the ladder, goes after Grimes. Dreams drops Balor on the apron. Dream goes for his finisher. Balor counters it and sets up his finisher. Grimes distracts Balor. Dream gave Balor a super kick. Everybody's down. And so the ladder gets pushed over, and Grimes falls into the ring. Grimes bumps the referee inside the ring. Johnny Gargano grabs the title belt, and he wore it around his shoulder. Bronson Reed storms out. I forgot Bronson Reed was in the ladder match. Hopefully he wins. I don't think he will, but I wouldn't mind that either. Reed goes after Gargano, and he backs into Damian Priest. He begs off of this. Priest punched him in the face. Reed tosses Gargano over the top rope to the floor. Ref is still down selling, so I guess this referee just doesn't live forever. And then Dream rolls Priest into a super kick. Reed hits the Cactus Jack clothesline. And then Dream is parading around with the title belt. Balor clotheslines him over the top rope to the floor. Balor runs across the ring and left over the ropes for the flip dive. And then Timothy Thatcher appears at ringside to attack Balor. He rolls Balor into the ring. Dream executed his DVD Dream finish. And he covers Balor for the pinfall. I mean, it's a huge schmoz. Everyone involved in the ladder match is involved in the schmoz. It was good for what it was. I think it was too much, but it served its purpose to get hype on the ladder match. Like I said, good show, but overall, TakeOver should be interesting. I will be back with reviews of it and AEW on Saturday night. Probably the AEW review first because it's what I intend to watch first, but we'll see. Anyway, until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.